Hello, it is the Buy, Sell, Love SoCal team here with a quick market update. It is August 22, I think
End
of
August. Call it the end.
All right, so we're going to give you a quick market update, but I'm not quite sure where to begin.
I know, you know where we always begin? By liking this video and hitting subscribe so you don't miss a single thing we bring you.
That's
where you begin.
That's a great place to begin.
And then we go to the market update.
Okay, I'll start off talking about this. One of the things that we're seeing is the fear in the market because interest rates are increasing,
Oh, is there
right?
a lot of fear?
So one of the lenders that specializes in our office brought the fact up, don't be afraid of pricing, because one of the things we can ask for now is a seller credit in order to help the buyer buy their loan rate down.
And that is super
Seller
interesting.
credits are back.
But what's interesting is that those credits can be used for your interest rate.
Yeah, a lot of people think they can only be used for closing costs,
Escrow
but that's
fees,
not
title
true.
fees.
Technically,
lender
closing
fees.
costs can be
Include
yes,
buying down
exactly.
your rate. So talk about how that works, Danielle.
So this little graph, and maybe we'll give
Put it on the screen or something? Yeah.
Exactly. So because it's a little confusing. So for example, if an offer price is $750,000, but the seller wants it in their head, they want $760,000. The buyer wants $750,000. Well, offer $760,000, but ask for a $10,000 buyer credit.
Yes.
How this works out, a $10K price difference between $750,000 and $760,000, as is, with the current interest rates, which are always changing, is $54. Okay?
Okay.
Now, $750,000 with $760,000 with the seller credit, you're saving $182 a month.
That's huge.
Because
for the life
you
of the
got your
loan.
rate down.
Yes.
30 years where you're saving
Yes,
that. So
that's
who
huge.
cares?
Don't get stuck on price. Have your realtor ask for a seller credit, negotiate that for you, and it's back. So don't be afraid of it.
You can have your cake and eat it too.
That's pretty
Let's
cool.
do it.
I closed escrow on Friday for first-time home buyers, so they used the closing cost credit, or I say closing cost credit because it is. I negotiated $12,000 from the sellers, and then we got a $3,500 grant. And with those two things combined, they used them for closing costs, and then all of the rest that they had left, they used to buy down their rate.
Sweet.
Awesome.
They brought less than $20,000 to the table on a
Sweet.
$550,000 house.
And they say it's not a good
their
time to
rate
buy.
was like I think that their payment is like this much more than their rent
Wow.
was. It's crazy.
Yeah, and they're building
Like,
equity the whole time.
and their appraisal came back higher than what they paid for.
Winning.
So
Winning.
all around. But
Yeah.
yes,
Absolutely
use
winning.
those credits to buy down your rate.
Absolutely, absolutely. Really good job.
Okay,
Thanks.
so pivoting to rate, I got this call the other day and they said, hey, what's the interest rate today? And I'm like, I don't know. It's going to be different now, and it's going to be different in an hour, and an hour, and an hour. It's always changing. So that's kind of the key takeaway for this part.
So I had a buyer consult last week where he was asking about interest rates too, and when I said like, oh, just like you said, like we don't know, and I explained it changes day by day, and he was like, wait, I thought that it was the same for a while. Didn't they just have a meeting where they increased
the
it?
Fed
I was
funds
like, you're
meeting,
talking
yeah.
about the Fed funds meeting, and the Fed funds rate is not the same. I will link below in the comments that video we did with Greg where we explained how the Fed funds rate is different from
Yes.
the 30-year mortgage rate,
Yes.
but
that's very
not the
interesting
same.
that perspective is out there, and it takes us to continue to have these dialogues.
I forget that, this is what we do for a living, so we know
Right.
those things, right? And so it's not, that's what we're here for, is to make sure that you have
Well,
the knowledge on your side.
So yeah, and even going even further, like when you're in a transaction, your lender's ready to lock in a rate, he might say, be ready today to lock in, but I'll call and tell you when, because it could change by the hour,
Literal hour.
and by the minute.
like,
Literally.
it's time to lock.
Yes. So
Literally.
when you call us and you say, what's the rate, we're going to have to look it up because we don't know. We can give you a ballpark 4.5, 5, I don't know.
We'll
somewhere
point you
in there.
to the people who know.
And it's really based off globally. Last week it dropped because of news in Europe,
Right.
something about the European market, and now there's the thing you sent us about China.
China, oh my goodness.
So that affects our rate.
And
that
what's your
affects
FICO? What's your income? What's
Is
your
it
ratio?
a
What's
jumbo
your blood
loan?
type?
How
Everything.
jumbo?
What's
What's
your
your
blood
blood type?
Yes.
All right, so outside of rates, market update. It is so microclimate right now. We were just discussing this. So
Another popular question, how's the market?
I can't tell
Well, what
you,
neighborhood?
It's not city, not state,
It's
not
not.
city.
Two years ago, we could have given you a market update and been like, Southern California or U.S. market update. But
30% up.
it is not the same right now. And it's not, like you were saying, not city. It's
No.
neighborhood by neighborhood. Like
Yes.
Okay,
Temecula.
Yeah, so I have an example in Temecula. So historically, Temecula is a little bit softer, slower to gain, slower to drop. That's okay, great area. I just took a listing in Temecula and I was very nervous because there's a model match around the corner, and I called them and I said, how are you doing after 5 days in the market? I was expecting crickets. No, they had 50 showings and they had 12 offers. And that's not what we're experiencing in a lot of places.
Well, and then on the other side of Temecula, when we're looking at a listing that may be coming up here soon, and it's not the same experience there. It's
No.
just so
no,
different.
Very,
prices
very
are actually
micro.
kind of softening and kind of dropping. So yeah, it's just, it all
Very
depends on the area.
micro.
So hey, if you want to know what's going on in your neighborhood, you give us a call because we can pull all of the stats and give you a real idea specific to your neighborhood.
neighborhood,
your
But what we
street.
can't do right here is be like, oh, Southern California, because it's so different street to street, neighborhood to neighborhood, and it's not even going to be a city update. It's
No.
No,
gonna be
we
a
could
zip
give you
code.
generalities, but those aren't value added, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Those really, I mean, I can say in general, anything under 750,000 has
Right.
an average market time of 46 days.
Right.
What are we seeing? So over, like, in general, we can say some things like 2 years ago everything was going nuts, and now
One weekend right
if
now.
it is a good house that is well priced and really dialed in, still gonna have multiple offers
Right,
in
right.
most cities.
Yeah.
My goodness, that person is really laying on their horn. They are mad about this market update. But if it's priced too high, even slightly, or if it's not super dialed in, you're probably going to
Or
be
your
able to get a
agent's
little
doing
bit.
a poor job marketing it
That
with,
happens.
with themselves in the photos in the
Can
mirror.
I complain about some things? Okay. I was house hunting with people that closed escrow on Friday, so we were showing like a month ago. The amount of disservice some of these agents do, like I really am looking forward to this correction, like weeding out the agents who do these sorts of things. Like I think I texted you guys, I was like, I am showing this house and it is a zoned condo, but it's completely detached, but you wouldn't have known. It said that it had 3 shared walls or something, and I walked around the whole thing, I'm like,
No
there are
shared
no
walls.
shared walls. And I called the agent, it was nice of me, but I was like, hi, Miss Agent, like I just want to let you know I just showed your property on such and such, and like there's no shared walls, and like that is the thing that will make people not go see
Right.
it because
They
they're like,
will
I don't
check
want
mark
to see
the box,
anything.
no
Your
shared
search or
walls.
not
It won't
even.
come up in the search because
No.
somebody said I don't want to see anything with shared walls, and now you're showing it to significantly less people. So gosh, who you hire matters, but we say that all the time.
Yes.
It
Anyway,
does. And people still continue to hire people that are not good. So
blows my mind.
We're going to keep saying it.
When I was looking for the feature video we're going to do in Naples here, we're going to have that coming for you next month, but I was looking at some of the listings down here and I saw one where I was like, okay, this is a $5 million house and this person took pictures with their iPhone.
Oh,
Who hires an agent and that takes pictures of their iPhone on a $5 million listing?
A lot of people
unfortunately,
do
we
it.
see it more
A
often
lot of
than
people do
not.
All right, well, if
But,
you
yeah.
haven't done it already, hit the like button.
Like,
Hit
subscribe.
subscribe.
You can hit the bell icon, and then you can get alerted when we post new stuff.
Ooh,
Lucky
fancy.
you.
Take it up a notch.
Fancy.
Guys,
Thank you for joining
Thanks for joining.
us.
We'll see
Bye.
you next time.